We are back with Joshua Ray Walker. His new album is See You Next Time, and this is the brief, serious part of the interview. The song you just heard is Flash Paper, and it's one that hurts the heart. It is a story about a cigar box full of notes, memorabilia, videotape that your father left for you after he passed away. What was it like opening up that box?
A little confusing at first. I wondered why. I knew it was his box of keepsakes, but there were things like old receipts and some coordinates that I found out were actually to one of his favorite fishing holes. But I got this box, and I don't think it was necessarily, bequeathed to me. I don't think he's like, yeah, I want you to have my 6th grade reading competition ribbon. It was just kind of all that little stuff that you collect over your life that means something to you and might not mean anything to anyone else, but you just can't seem to get rid of it. And, it had to go somewhere, and he gave it to me. And inside of that, he did record a farewell video and put it on a flash drive. So I had to find that in there. He told me to wait until Christmas to watch it. So it was kind of his last goodbye. And it just gave me time to reminisce about the life he had led and all the little things he decided to hold on to, the matchbooks from vacations and, all sorts of, little things that seem unimportant while you're alive. Then I just pretty much as soon as I watched the video, I wrote Flash Paper, and then I had to go into the studio the next day and record it.
Care to share any of the things he said on that farewell video? Anything that stuck with you?
Yeah, he was very emotional in the video, which I didn't really get to see from him while he was alive. And he just said that, he was proud of me and excited for where I was going to go in my future and all that sort of stuff. What you'd expect to hear, from someone who knows that they're going to die. And that's another, kind of part of the song is, after watching the video, he was really vulnerable, and I wish that I'd seen more of that while he was alive. And that's, another aspect of the song. There's some lines like, if I could hear you speak those lines, and that sort of thing. So, after watching the video, I was also a little bit frustrated that I wasn't able to see a more emotionally open, vulnerable version of my dad before he passed. We got infinitely closer in the years that he was sick than we were beforehand, and I'm grateful for the extra time I got and how close we were. But he was still, a very guarded Southern, dad, and it just would have been nice to see some of that in person.
What would you have said to him if he would have said that stuff to you while he was still standing there?
I don't know if I would have been able to find the words in the moment. It would have been fairly shocking. He told me he was proud of me and that sort of stuff, but it was like the I love yous were always followed with a man or bud, I love you, bud, I love you, man, that sort of thing. So there was always a little bit of, there's just a little bit of guardedness always attached to that. I don't know what I would have said.
Very honest answer. the song I'm going to close out with is Dumpster Diving. I really adore this song because, it takes the rejects and finds a way to make them shine. How do you find romance in hard times and being rejected and being dumped and all that type of stuff?
That just kind of, came about. The romance part really came through in that song, through hardship. I mean, when I first started writing that song, it was more of a, jilted lover sort of song where it's like, I've done all this stuff in my life, but like I've never found anyone as low as you, that sort of thing. And then over the progression of writing the song, it became more about actually finding the, strengths in each other through hardship and, how we're all, junk in our own ways, So, it actually became the only love song that I've ever put out. I've put out 3 records, the first 2 having songs that blatantly say I do not write love songs, and then I accidentally wrote this love song on this record, and I think it's my favorite song on the record. I just really love the way it came out, and it's nice to have a song with a positive message like that, and it's true. Sometimes you find love in unexpected places.
So you did not write Dumpster Diving about someone in particular? No, all of my songs are written about multiple people kind of mushed into one, character that I can write about. It's about myself, it's about other people I love, it's about acquaintances, it's about friends, and I just take all those experiences and I form a new, kind of straw man to stick those characteristics to, and then I write a song about that. That's sort of disappointing and relieving to me at the same time, because I really would want to know how a woman would react to having a love song written about her called Dumpster Diving.
I assume not well, although if she fully, knew the intentions, they truly come from the earnest place. It's about just finding love through hardship more than anything. And then all the extra garbage vocabulary in the song is just kind of for flavor.
All right. Your website said that this is the last album in a trilogy. I love the trilogy. Any ideas as to what you're up to next?
Yeah, I'm always writing. It's been nice to put myself in this little box for these 3 albums. It's made, I feel like it's a cohesive group of songs. And stylistically, they had to fit a format, so that they could all live together. So now, the palette's a little bit bigger, and, I can do whatever I want, I guess, in theory. And I've been writing. This is still these 3 albums, although they were a concept trilogy, I'm still just mixing a lot of things I love. So I don't think that my next albums will stray super far away from what I've already been doing, but they could be a little different.
Well, I look forward to hearing them. You are a quality songwriter. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Joshua Ray Walker, his new album is See You Next Time, and we're closing out here with Dumpster Diving.